A recent graduate of Columbia University was arrested by U.S. immigration officials over the weekend despite holding a permanent residency green card. His crime was participating in pro-Palestine protests at his alma mater. According to ZTO News correspondent Prem Thakur, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) agents forced themselves into Khalil's university-owned apartment building as he and his 8 months pregnant wife were just walking in. The officials initially told Khalil his student visa was being revoked, and upon learning he was a green card holder, they said the government had revoked his green card too. In another video, Thakur called the Trump administration's attempt to detain Khalil clumsy and haphazard. These agents forced themselves into this apartment building, did not necessarily apparently introduce themselves, demanded to see their identification. The administration doesn't seem to know exactly how to justify this very haphazard unilateral move and is trying to simply appeal to President Trump's executive orders rather than things like the Constitution. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, confirming Khalil's arrest on Sunday, claimed he had led activities aligned to Hamas and that the DHS action was taken in coordination with the Department of State. Khalil, an Algerian citizen of Palestinian descent, was reportedly at the forefront of the pro-Palestine protests and led the encampments at Columbia that rapidly spread to universities across the U.S. The demonstration protested Israel's devastating crimes in Gaza. President Donald Trump, freshly inaugurated and desperately seeking to expel any dissent to his views, threatened that Khalil's arrest wasn't the last. "This is the first arrest of many to come," he pledged on his social media platform, Truth Social. "We know there are more students at Columbia and other universities across the country who have engaged in pro-terrorist, anti-Semitic, anti-American activity, and the Trump administration will not tolerate it," Trump said. Temporary halt. While the Trump administration moves to quickly deport Khalil, who has reportedly been moved to the southern state of Louisiana, a federal judge on Monday ordered authorities to halt proceedings. The order, seen by AFP, by Judge Jesse Furman of the Southern District of New York, also called for a preliminary hearing on Wednesday. According to Reuters, Judge Furman put a hold on his deportation unless and until the court orders otherwise. Khalil's lawyers also urged Furman to order Khalil's return to New York. They accused the government of seeking to deprive Khalil of access to legal counsel by sending him far from New York. A kidnapping. The American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, condemned Khalil's arrest, calling it unprecedented, illegal, and un-American. The government's actions are obviously intended to intimidate and chill speech on one side of a public debate, said Ben Wisner, director of the ACLU's Speech, Privacy, and Technology Project, in a statement. On Monday afternoon, over 1,000 protesters gathered in New York to express their outrage at Khalil's arrest. "This was essentially a kidnapping," said 42-year-old Toby, who declined to give her last name for fear of retaliation. "It seems like a clear targeting of activists, which is a really dangerous precedent," she said.